What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Next Man Up podcast. This is episode 62. I'm with my boys Latif and Max. Y'all say what's up.
What's up? What's up?
Little bit, bro. He's finna blow me, bro. Little different scenery for me. I just ran into hard times, tough events. I broke my ankle, so I'm back home. Got all the time in the world, so we should be able to push out a few episodes. Latif, you're lame as shit. I don't know why you're making that face, but let's get back into it, bro. So we got a few topics today. All basketball. Think we'll get into football. Think we'll get into football a little bit later. Probably like next week or so. Finals is coming, so everybody's trying to lock in. But yeah, we can start with the first topic. Lakers winning the in-season tournament. To me, it was very uneventful. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it a little bit further. So, seeing how the in-season tournament was introduced this season, a lot of people had speculations. Before everything started, people were thinking that it would just be something that won't be as important. People didn't expect players or anybody around the league to take it seriously. But, seeing the success and how entertaining it is, people are saying that, an in-season tournament has to return and all that type of stuff. So how successful has the in-season tournament been to you guys?
Are you want me to go? I think it's been very, very successful in this inaugural season. Adam Silver actually he cooked. I mean, Adam Silver has submitted himself as the best commissioner in all of sports. Honestly, everything he does it really turns to gold. I don't think this man has done anything that NBA fans have been in disagreement with. He had the play-in tournament. Everybody thought that was going to be bad. And now we love the play-in tournament, and now it's must-see TV. It's exciting. He's trying to make the regular season a lot more entertaining because the regular season has become a lot more devalued now. All the best players right now are older. They're about 32 to 35, and they start to not prioritize the regular season until it's time to it's getting like March, April. So like that when it's wiring down. And so he had to bring some type of feel in. And they've been talking about this for years, and he finally got it done. Obviously, needs some changes, but it was definitely a success. The knockout rounds and the semifinals, all that stuff, definitely had a playoff atmosphere. Like you can clearly tell it wasn't the playoffs, but it was definitely treated great by the players. That was a main concern. We didn't know if the players were going to take it seriously. Because honestly, I honestly don't feel like it matters that much in the grand scheme of things, but it definitely had a different feel to it on the court, and players took it seriously because the $500,000 and just bragging rights. I think it was a pride thing. Everybody had a fair chance at it, so I think it was a legitimate win by the Lakers. Shout out to our boys getting it done. We turned it up.
Max, yeah, man, Max, take over, please.
It definitely was a great first year to do it, and it was of course LeBron James won in his first year.
Max, please take over.
I honestly think it's time. Like they might as well name the award the MVP, Finals MVP, or the in-season tournament after LeBron. It makes perfect sense, just because he's the first winner of it. So it makes sense to name a trophy right there. I think that was one of my changes going forward. Name the
person who dropped 40 and 20 didn't get the MVP. By the way, Max, you can.
It was more than one game. But
if you can hear stuff in the background, I'm sorry. We talked about this beforehand, so just if you hear stuff in the background, just call me out. I thought the tournament was great. I thought even though the Lakers got away with it at the end of the game, that final game was great. Indiana did make a run at it. They kept it close for a while. I thought both playing games before were great. I thought there was a lot of competition in there. Teams were trying to win. Teams were trying to score too many points to where they could break the tiebreaker. I thought it was fun to see games that normally we wouldn't care about, games in mid-November, early December, right? Stuff that we normally wouldn't care about, or it's just another regular season game. Sure, it might be like two great teams. Like if we have the Philly Indiana game, I think that was part of the in-season tournament. They played twice in a row. I know, like one for in-season, one without, and like that game was great. Just a regular season great game, and like just add a little bit more. Like beating Philly on the road is huge because you get it. You get points towards this. My only critique is maybe expanding it. You play a home and an away against each team. It's probably going to show that the better teams always win. But at the same time, I think you put more emphasis on more games. So if you get into the brackets and you split it up and you get one in Indiana and one in Philly and you play against each other on both times, I think it could be a way to get a little bit more games incentivized. But I feel like you can't have only in-season tournament games for the entire fall and early December. So I think that you could do more than 6 games. I think 6 games seems a little bit light, but that's just me. As far as the Lakers, though, the Lakers dominated it. It wasn't even close. On pool play, they killed everybody. They were not taking that lightly. They wanted to win that so bad. People are going to make fun of LeBron about it. Who cares? LeBron won that. It was to say that AD deserved it is crazy because it's not a game MVP. It's the entire in-season tournament. And LeBron owned that the entire game, like the entire series.
I don't think he watched, so he wouldn't.
I'm saying, like, against Utah, he was crazy. Like, some of these games were like, it was just crazy. Like, he was just dogging on everybody. So, LeBron, like, just kind of wanted to say, like what he said, it is true. It could be the most minuscule tournament. Maybe it goes away in 15 years, but the Lakers are the first team to do it, and LeBron's the first person to get the MVP. So you can say what you want. You can hate on all you want, but the Lakers are the first team to win it. So more power to them. Indiana, I think, looked great. Indiana played big games, won big moments. Their defense still didn't look like it was there. They were able to out-offense a lot of teams. The Lakers were just locking up. They both came in with different ideas. LA shot well. They shot well against Phoenix? No, against New Orleans. They shot amazing against the Pels. Didn't shoot as well against Indiana, but their defense the entire tournament was crazy. So there's one thing to take away. That defense, especially if it's healthy, come playoff time, that defense will be scary. I'm sorry. That was an insane defensive masterclass by the entire Lakers team. Everybody was buying in. Cam Reddish, who I know we all like to make fun of, Cam Reddish was making some crazy stops. There was one foul call that shouldn't have been called on him. That was an easy it was the inbound under the basket. That was like Cam Reddish was playing good minutes. He only scored like 2 points. He used all his fouls, whatever. AD, 40, 20, and 4. LeBron was locking up, but yeah, I think it was great because, again, you add emphasis on these games. The NBA makes a ton of money off of it. You get more incentive, like, for your teammates. You're not winning for yourself. You're winning for your teammates. Because in the grand scheme of things, I agree with Latif. I don't think we are going to be talking about how many in-season tournament wins Boston has versus how many Miami has or how many MVPs Luka Doncic gets compared to Victor Wembanyama. Like, no one really cares about it in the grand scheme. It's just another thing to incentivize, another thing to win for your teammates, play for your teammates. They get to go to Vegas, which is nice. I think the way they celebrated, I was kind of like wondering if people actually do like the champagne stuff. They did it for the young guys. They popped champagne bottles for the young guys.
I know. I don't see a problem with it. I don't see an issue with the champagne bottle.
Bro,
no. My thinking was like,
into what I'm saying, bro.
My thinking was like they're popping these champagne bottles, but they got to play the Spurs on Friday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, okay, you accomplished that, great, but like you got to get right back to regular season. So it's almost like I thought it was similar to like how happy you're going to get about a Western Conference Finals. Like, job is definitely not finished. Like, if you win the East or Western Conference Finals, cool, celebrate, more power to you. But I think we will see like the good teams, like the teams who are actually competing for a championship, kind of say like, all right, like we care about the in-season tournament, we care about this money, but like this doesn't mean that much to us. So I'm curious to see how it keeps going. I would like to see them expand a little bit more on it, however that is. But I was happy with how it turned out. I also love the courts. I know a lot of people don't. It gave me a little reminder of like the old finals courts from like 2010 and stuff. Just change the courts. They need a little something more. So.
All right. Anyways,
I want to see what he's got to say because he's dying on. I want to see he got to be saying something amazing because he's dying right now. Like, I really want to see what Jaden's about to say.
That went on crazy long. I'm not gonna lie. I wanna say that Adam Silver is actually a genius. He turned a 6-7 game span of regular season basketball into a money making machine. And then he puts not the last game. Wait, was it the last game that was in Vegas?
No.
What were the games that were in Vegas? 2?
Last 2. It was the semifinals and the finals.
Yeah, so he puts those in Vegas. You know, everybody's dying to have a team in Vegas. He's very, very smart. More power to him. I didn't think that the whole in-season tournament thing was going to work. Like, you just think about it on a surface level. You got millionaires playing. 500K didn't seem like a big amount of money in the grand scheme of things. It really is, but just thinking about how much money these players are making, I didn't think that they would take it this serious, and they are. So more power to him. Adjustments I'd like to see in the future. I can't really think about it. Now, I was kind of confused on what you were saying, Max. You said that you think it should be more than 6 games and teams should play each other twice.
So the main thing about Adam, like this whole thing, Adam Silver's trying to take this from like soccer, right? Like they're taking this from soccer. Soccer does something similar to this. Where you do group play, then you go to knockouts, right? Like, but it's a tournament within the tournament. I think the 6 games, like it's cool, but there's 82 games in a season. Like you're only picking 6 games. You know what I mean? Like if you did 4 more games, it did 10, right? Like let's say you do 10 games. Let's say you play everyone in your little pod twice. I think you will have. First of all, you just get more money from it because I'm sorry, I think you're tuning in more to watch Utah and Portland play for an in-season tournament game than you are just on a regular NBA game. I think you're getting more fans to buy tickets if they get to go to the in-season tournament court and they get to see the New Jerseys out and everything. Cool. I get it. Kind of like the better teams will normally make the knockouts because there's more time for them to win, I guess. But like, I don't know. I think if you put more games, I think I don't know, I guess, but I thought viewership and people, the fans especially, there was a playoff atmosphere when you see that court. When you saw the funky court, games looked more enticing.
That's what I wanted to get into.
Games look that's not crazy. Games look more exciting with that court.
No. The whole in-season tournament thing made the games more enticing and a little bit more entertaining. But can we stop with this whole playoff atmosphere? It's not the same. It's not the same at all. Actually, I want to shout out my boy JD. He was hating in the group chat, calling out Zion, saying that in the playoff atmosphere, Zion didn't show up and all this other type of stuff. We're gonna get into Zion later, but that's just false. It's not a playoff atmosphere. This whole thing where I'm with LeBron being corny, posting on his story that he's one away from Mike, like that is so lame. Nobody is taking this seriously, bro. Nobody is taking this seriously. This does not go onto any resumes. This is I'm not gonna call it goofy. Hold on, man.
People were taking it seriously. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, they were, which is so goofy. Did you see that screenshot on Twitter where it was like Christian Wood, all the bench players on live, like this was the finals or some shit?
Well, they just won 500K, so I don't know why they can't celebrate.
Stop. The biggest issue with this is if LeBron loses, it's so easy. Why don't you win it? And if LeBron wins, like, it's not that big of a deal.
I wouldn't say that.
No, that's an unserious take. I honestly think like
no matter what happened last night, LeBron was going to get shit for it.
I've been saying that the in-season tournament shouldn't move people either where it goes. It honestly, the grand scheme of things doesn't matter. But if we be honest, people like
you shouldn't get clowned on for winning. Someone on his
anybody does that is honest, is a LeBron hater, unserious fan. We don't got to take them serious or actually look at anything they say and like look at it seriously. Now there have been instances where people that think Jordan can GOAT have included stuff like their shoe sales and debates. I've seen that on this podcast.
He's lying. So he's lying.
First off, that's not how shoe sales.
That's not
people include shoe impacts.
First off, no, I'm not gonna let you continue to speak because you're lying. First off, that's not what happened.
Did you talk about Space Jam one time?
You're lying. First off, I talked about his impact on the culture that made him go. I didn't talk about shoe sales. So he's lying. Let me finish what I was saying.
Something like that has to do with basketball.
Don't cut me off, bro. Don't cut me off.
People include dunk contest. I was talking. I didn't cut you off.
Yes, you did.
How?
I was talking.
What are you talking about?
I was talking, and then Max started talking, bro. I don't know how.
I cut you off. I didn't cut you off.
Somebody cut me off, bro. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying because you started lying, so you could just continue what you were saying, liar. But I didn't bring up shoe sales.
That's not a liar. Not a liar.
You're weird. Continue, bro.
People literally like that don't they talk about? They literally bring up anything for Jordan go debates. Shoe sales, All-Star game dunks. Like you can literally see graphics. People, this is the real thing. You can go look up Michael Jordan's accolades right now. You can see a All-Star game dunk contest win on there, bro. Like three-time win. People include all type of miscellaneous shit. All-Star game
MVPs. Basketball reference?
No, I'm talking about on bro. You can look up Michael Jordan accolades, and you can. Like they count all this stuff, like all this similar stuff.
That's an accolade, but nobody puts that in a Jordan LeBron debate, bro.
I didn't say they did. I'm just saying people put this on his resume, and like I said, people have
used, a part of his resume.
People have used Michael Jordan's shoes as cultural impact in the debate, which has nothing to do with basketball. So, I don't see why this tournament is supposed to just be taken as nothing. So we gonna counsel like that. You gotta keep it fair and square. That's all I'm saying.
First off, goof dude. I said that it shouldn't be counted, even if LeBron lost. It's not something big. Now,
do you think cultural impact should be counted? Do you think cultural impact should be counted in gold debates?
The thing is, bro. Mr.
Don't change topic. Don't change topic.
No. And Max, you see, you're weird for agreeing with him. But the thing is,
you said that.
Goofy, goofball.
You said that. I remember you saying who had better shoes.
Max, that's not what I said, bro. That's not what I said. Let me speak, bro. Let me speak. The problem is, Goofy man, y'all both were jumping on me in the messages, and I took on a 2v1 and clutched that bitch. And then my bad for cursing. And then when
was this?
In the group chat, bro. This
like a long time ago. A long time ago.
Yes, that was like a day before we did the whole debate.
Anything. I'm sorry, you didn't.
Okay. Anyways, and then when we started recording, I didn't want to say the same stuff that I was saying in the group chat, bro. That's literally what happened. But we can move on to the next topic.
One thing. I think you can say it doesn't matter. I think it does matter a little bit because if the Pacers win that, I think we're looking at them as a serious, not contender, but as a serious playoff team.
No, we're not.
I think you look at the Pacers in a different light. If they go undefeated, they beat Philly. They beat Philly. They beat Boston. They beat Philly, Boston, Milwaukee.
Max.
And then LA.
I'm glad you did that. Now, there has been a whole bunch of discourse surrounding Tyrese Haliburton. As we all know, he's been playing great this start of the season. I think it's been like 22 games in or something like that. He has probably produced one of the best guard play, I should say, this season so far. And people are throwing him into conversations. I think I've seen a few serious tweets, like people being like very, very serious, calling him top 3 and not 3 point guards in the league right now. So this stuff is coming up. I want to ask you guys how do you think about actually let me start. So I feel like as the basketball community, like I've said multiple times on this podcast, we throw words around and now it's starting to lose a lot of meaning. Like a bust, we see it on this podcast a lot. They're calling Ben Simmons a bust. Who else did you guys call a bust on this podcast?
Ben Simmons is literally a bust.
Don't say you guys.
That's not the point. Ben Simmons, Andrew Wiggins.
I think someone said Jalen Green. Whoever Latif is. I think Latif called Jalen Green a bust.
Right.
I didn't say that. Stop lying.
I didn't. I think.
I never said that.
I know you call Andrew Wiggins a bust. Anyways, things like bust and now it's superstar, great, all that type of stuff. Tyrese Haliburton is not a superstar. Is he playing great? Yes. I think he's playing amazing, but superstar is crazy. When I think of a superstar, I think of somebody who's on the team. And when you have them on the team, you actually have a legitimate chance. Like you can think to yourself, you know what? We can possibly win it all with this guy. And I don't think Tyrese Haliburton is that guy yet. He's not a superstar. When I think of superstars, I'm thinking of KD, Bron, even this late in his career. You can throw Luka in there. You can throw Tatum in there. Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, I guess. People of that echelon of players. Tyrese Haliburton is not there yet. We haven't seen it in the postseason. I guess you could say that with Luka, but it's just different. He's an anomaly. Like it's totally different. So
didn't make sense at all. But go ahead.
Yeah. Are you going off? Are you going off
the Western Conference Finals?
You don't have to be past the Western Conference Finals. You don't have to.
Okay. So what? Who have I named?
Luka's a superstar in my opinion.
Joel Embiid is terrible in the playoffs.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. But those people that I named, I would consider those superstars. And it's obvious that Tyrese Haliburton is not of those echelon of players. So calling him a superstar this early is kind of crazy. He is playing great so far, but to say he's a top 3 point guard we just got to see it more. I don't think 20, 25 games is a good enough sample size to go all in on that.
let me go next. I just want to say a quick thing about this Pacers team. I do think they're not legit, but their offense is great. Their defense is the biggest issue about them, and that's the biggest thing they need to address going forward. Obviously, for me, Tyrese Haliburton is playing amazing. But I agree. I would not call him a top 3, and I don't know if I'd even call him a top 5 right now. I'm thinking of the guys. If you're counting Luka up there, Luka, Steph, and Shea. If you want to put Dame up there, I think Dame. I know he's having a down year. I still think you'd probably rather have Dame than Tyrese, and I think you'd probably rather have Ja than Tyrese, as of right now. Is that crazy?
That's not crazy at all, but we gonna have that. Makes I don't know what the reaction. I don't know what the reaction was for.
I love Tyrese Haliburton. I think
I'm taking Reese over Ja.
That makes no sense.
You just said it yourself. You said it yourself. You have seen the playoffs, and he's actually
has not touched the playoffs. Has not touched the playoffs. But okay.
So Ja's showing it for longer. Like, I mean, well, no, I'm not gonna say that. Anyways, I do think what the Pacers have put together is great. I think what Latif said a couple weeks ago. I think when he said they could be this year's Kings, I agree. I had them make the playoffs start the season. I think they could make the playoffs off their offense alone. But again, their defense is a huge issue. I agree, though. Calling him a superstar is not true. I think it was that Spencer Dinwiddie thing a long time ago when he was like, I think fans call 30 different people superstars. I don't think anyone does that. There are stars and there are superstars. I think there are very few superstars in the league. I think guys can easily come off that superstar echelon and move to a star. It's not very different. It is very different, but it doesn't take a lot to switch it. So I think Tyrese Haliburton is obviously very good, leading his team to a playoff berth, in my opinion. But I don't think I see them making it out of the first round. I don't think that he currently, as it stands right now, has the pieces around him to move, or him himself can single-handedly will a team to the second round. I think he's playing amazing. Playmaking's great, shooting the ball very well, scoring the ball very well. In that championship game, you saw he had like 3 shots in the fourth and then started hitting 3, drove, just started creating for himself, which was obviously great. They needed offense really badly. But, yeah, I don't think we can really overrate this right now and put him in conversations that I don't think he should be in at this moment.
I'm not going to say anything too much different from you guys. I have the similar view. I've been saying this for so long, ever since Tyrese Haliburton has been getting overhyped by the media. Tyrese Haliburton is playing great. He's having a historic start to the season, having one of the best starts to the season we've seen in a long time from a point guard. But if you dive deep into it, he plays in Rick Carlisle's system, and he has some of the best spacing in the NBA. He has the best spacing in the NBA. If you look at his starting lineup, everybody can hit a 3. You look at the bench, everybody can hit a 3. He has some of the best role players in the NBA. He has some of the best spacing in the NBA. He has one of the best schemes as far as coaching in the NBA, best off-ball sets, all of that in the NBA. The Pacers are a great offensive team, which has a lot to do with Tyrese Haliburton. I don't want to take it away from him, but a lot of their stuff is getting out of transition, is shooting a lot of threes, and he plays in a great system, which I think inflates his stats a little bit. So anybody putting
a good system that's somewhat tailored to their play style, it will help their stats and play. I don't think that should be
everybody in the NBA. Everybody in the NBA can't have the shooting arsenal that the Pacers have, and they have literally the best roster as far as shooting in the NBA.
So we should tax.
I'm not taxing Reese for that, but it's context to his stats. They are a little inflated by the offense he's in. And you've seen them, they dropped 144 points without him playing against the Miami Heat, which is a top 7 defense, even though Bam didn't finish the entire game. But they have, like, when Tyrese Haliburton goes out the game, the offense is not the same at all. But you got TJ McConnell coming off the bench and running that offense. They had Andrew Nembhard and TJ McConnell when Tyrese Haliburton was out, dropped both 11 assists. They are in a very pass-heavy offense with a lot of shooters. So it's very, very easy for Tyrese Haliburton to get assists. But what I like what he's doing is not turning the ball over. That's very, very hard to do. Like I said, I'm not taking anything from him. He's a great player. But I think a lot of these other guards in the NBA, you put them in a situation with all this pace and space, they can have similar numbers. That's what I think about Tyrese Haliburton. That's why I think a lot of people are overrating him. You pop Ja Morant in the Pacers offense with all that space. He has never had that in his life. This man averaged 27 and 8 on the Grizzlies with Jaren Jackson, Dylan Brooks who can't shoot, Steven Adams who can't shoot, terrible spacing, averaged 27 and 8. You put him in that. You put him in that system. What?
I don't think. I think Ja Morant's one. I don't think we're talking about like a ton of point guards like this.
Are you saying? I think he's bad. He's in the same tier as like De'Aaron Fox, Jalen Brunson, and that tier. Trae Young a little bit.
Ja?
No, I'm talking about Tyrese Haliburton.
Tyrese is a better playmaker than Trae Young. I think he's a better shooter than De'Aaron Fox.
I do not think he's a better playmaker than Trae Young. I don't believe it at all.
Yeah, no. I feel like they'll be on the same.
What makes
tier.
him a better? What makes him a better playmaker than Trae Young?
Are you crediting the playmaking to his shooters? You're saying that?
No, I'm not saying that is their. I'm not saying that's a single reason. I'm saying that's of aid, and it really helps his numbers. It really does. I'm not saying that's the primary reason.
He's only. You can only play with what you're dealt with, bro. So you putting that against him is crazy.
I agree with what you're saying though. I agree with what you're saying though. Because I do think if you throw Trae Young in that offense, if you're like saying that like the numbers drop off significantly at all, you're probably lying. I think
Trae Young is walking 28 and 10 for his entire career. I don't know what we're talking about.
No. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about other guys who could do that.
I'm not discussing Trae Young.
I guess it's not this extensive list, but.
He's around like 6. He's a top 7 point guard in the NBA, but it's an argument right now between him.
Tyrese?
Yes,
that's fine.
It's argument right here. It's an argument right here with like De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese. That's an argument people can have, even though De'Aaron Fox has taken the team to the playoffs and performed well in the first round. It's an argument between him and like Jalen Brunson, even though Jalen Brunson has stepped up in the playoffs and taken the team to the second round and played well in the second round.
But you could blame De'Aaron Fox for the same thing as last year. He got a new coach, he got Sabonis, and he got shooters around him, and he's able to go. So, like, I think you could say the same thing going both ways. Like,
literally,
this is Tyrese's first year.
But
right?
you can say you've seen the entire season of De'Aaron Fox, and you can say De'Aaron Fox stepped up when the offense got stagnant, and he was the entire engine of that offense in the playoffs, and then took the Warriors to a 7-game series.
True.
So,
I don't know what you want me to say. Like, you have to give Tyrese time. You have to give Tyrese time. You gave De'Aaron full season. I'm literally saying people are overreacting. So I'm saying y'all need to give Tyrese.
Yeah, we're not really in agreement. So if we just keep pushing it, we're gonna end up arguing over something.
I think you can pick different things out of it. Like, I think Sabonis is a better 2 than anyone that the Pacers have.
Okay, bro. Like,
I'm saying, like, you could pick whatever you want. So I don't think that the Pacers are gonna have a harder matchup than the Warriors. So like we can see whatever, but like I think I don't know who wins in a game, but like I think what Tyrese Haliburton is doing, maybe it's more impressive than what De'Aaron did, in my opinion.
What he's doing right now over the 20 game span.
What he's putting together this season.
Yeah, it's more impressive. Yes, but like I said. We saw last night. This is why I say this is a semblance of a playoff atmosphere, because when a team actually goes into a game and game plans for you, if you watched the game last night, the Lakers game plan for Tyrese Haliburton. And when a team when you have a team with that size and length and those perimeter defenders, they had him in hell. Vando had him in hell. Cam Reddish had him in hell. Like every team, a team every night is not going to blitz the pick and roll. They're not going to double Tyrese Haliburton every single night. But in an in-season championship, they clearly game plan for that. And you've seen that Tyrese Haliburton was not as effective, because and that's why I'm not ready to put him in the superstar status, because we have not seen him in the playoff atmosphere. And we saw last night the coach team to that. We saw what happened. He got put in jail.
I don't think you could put someone in the superstars tier without them being top 3 in their position at least. So I agree with that. I think the Pacers' biggest issue though is their defensive side. I think what you just said, the Tyrese was out and they still scored 140 against the Heat, right? The Lakers just bully balled them in the paint. Like, I think if they go down, it's obviously their defensive issues. They got bodied in the paint. Turner got in foul trouble. Aaron Nesmith played good, but got in foul trouble. Like, they were just outmanned by the LA. Like, you can't. I guess you can, but AD got 40 and 20. Like, just babied everyone down there. All Miles Turner's fouls or something came from like those inside rebounds. Like, they were just going. Like, LeBron bullied everyone. Like, they just weren't size wise. What you just said, Reddish and Vando were just too big to keep up with Tyrese defensively. Like, on both sides of the ball, like, they just outbodied them. And especially on the defensive side, they had like every single one of LeBron and AD shots or whatever was like in the paint or something. It was like 80 points in the paint to Indiana's 40 points in the paint. And with a good experienced team, especially with a team that won a championship a couple years ago with AD, with LeBron, like, it's tough to outshoot that team when they are so sound defensively and when they know how to score in the paint. Like, they just completely, like, I guess, flex their age, flex whatever they like. I don't even know. It was just crazy to see how dominant they were in the paint compared to Indiana. We knew they had defensive problems. I truly think that was the biggest issue.
I wasn't surprised at all. I knew it was going to be blow up like going into the game.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I
don't know why. The Pacers defense is terrible. They literally beat the Celtics because
they outscored.
Yeah, they did. I don't know how serious the Celtics took that specific game. They didn't even play them like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown crazy minutes, and they scored 30 points because the Pacers defense is terrible. Also, KP was out that game as well. The Miami Bucks defense is terrible too, so that's why they were able to outscore the Bucks. But going into the playoffs, the Pacers are not a serious team. They're not. I don't think they're going to be a serious team for the entire season. They're going to win like 46 games, probably get like the 7th seed. But on an 82-game basis, they're not going to be able to sustain this level of pace, this level of offense without tiring out and burning out, especially come playoff time. And if they see a team like the Magic in the first round, it might get dark. I'm not going to lie, because they have the defenders to deal with them. And that's a really bad matchup for them. I think like Philly, Celtics, any of those teams is a really bad matchup. If they see like the Bucks first round, that's gonna be the best case scenario for them, honestly, because they could outscore the Bucks, but they're gonna lose that series still. But yeah,
I think I'm guaranteeing the Pacers will make a trade by the deadline though. They will get somebody, especially defensively. I say OG if I had to pick a name, but like they will get somebody, another scorer, another defensive player to add along. So I think that could bump up to a 5 or a 6 seed, and they could try and play New York or someone who, to be honest, New York just folds all the time. I could see them just surprising everyone. But I could definitely see them. I almost will guarantee that they are in the trade market. I don't think they're competent or content with losing anymore. Tyrese wants to win. Everyone wants to win. I think they'll do whatever Tyrese wants right now, and I think they'll go trade for a star. They have some pieces on the bench. They barely even play Jarris Walker, so I think you have some young pieces you could try and move around if you need to.
They really don't, bro.
I was looking at it like during crunch or during like garbage time, and I was like, wait, who's number 5? And it was Jarris Walker. I was like, why is he now like only getting minutes in like garbage time? Like, I thought he'd get at least some 7th, 8th man minutes, but
it's crazy.
OG is not. I mean, it's a stepping stone. I think they should go with OG. That's not a bad idea, but that's not gonna fix their defense. I'm not gonna lie. That's the worst defense in the NBA. So it's literally 29th. So I don't. OG is a step in the right direction, but they got to make some other moves besides that, because that OG is not. He's an elite defender, but I don't think he's an elite defender where his defense is pivotal enough to change you from like the 29th defense like a top 15 defense. He doesn't have the impact. So I don't expect that at all. Even if they get OG, I think they should lose in the first round. This team has to wait. They have a lot of good pieces, a lot of good role players, but they need more defense. And so until they, build a more competent team around Tyrese, I'm not taking them serious. Now, I think, bro, it's this little background noise. Can you hear that, Max? Is it me? That's scratching?
Let's meet you on.
Yeah, bro. Can you fix that? Like, come on, bro. I know I shouldn't hear that.
Stop playing with me, bro.
Why, like, bro? We in 2023.
Why are you playing with me, bro?
No, we in 2023. You got wireless headphones. I mean, wired headphones on. But anyways,
bro, you know my situation, bro. Stop playing with me, bro.
I don't know what that means. I don't want to hear that noise constantly in my ear.
Anyways, a broken ankle does not deal with AirPods and wireless headphones.
No, I forgot them back in school, bro.
Anyways, I think though it is positive. The Pacers know they got their young star, so they know they got it in the future. They got a lot of good pieces.
Yeah, they got pieces. They're good,
and they have a great team. They literally have the perfect offensive weapons on their team. Miles Turner is an elite pick and pop option. They have Isaiah Jackson off the bench. They what's that dude name? Jalen Smith, who also can shoot as well. Like it's not literally no one on the team. No one on the team can't shoot. Like literally.
Bruce Brown played well. TJ McConnell played really well last night. TJ McConnell got that back in the game a couple times last night.
Yeah,
he played a lot better than I thought.
He's good.
That's how basketball is gonna be, bro.
No,
everybody's gonna be able to shoot, bro.
What the rosters are like this? What are rosters like this? Give me one. Give me one.
Okay, see.
No, they're not.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
You can't shoot,
bro. They are like number one in 3-point percentage, but they don't. Their attempts is not nowhere near as the Pacers.
I mean, like you just add like who can't shoot? Jalen Williams,
Josh Giddey. What are you talking about?
Why would you say his name? That's crazy.
But he can't shoot.
He's a weirdo.
Shay's not the greatest 3-point shooter either.
But he can shoot.
No, it's gonna.
I know. We're carried by Chet. We're carried by Isaiah Joe. That's fine. But we can shoot. Casey Wallace can shoot.
It's gonna get. It's gonna get to the point where everybody's gonna be able to shoot on the floor.
Boston too. Boston can shoot.
Yeah, Boston's a really good shooting team. All right, we can hop into the next topic. I know Latif is a Cade. To put it more PG, is a big Cade rider. And we see that the Pistons are on a 19-game losing streak. Latif is very high on Cade Cunningham, but we see the problems with Cade. I want him to get in that more specifically. He picked LaMelo. He picked the LaMelo ball over Cade. By the way,
no, I did not. No, I did not. I did not. That was Max. I picked. Just stop lying. But anyways,
no. Let me finish, bro. I'm introducing the topic. There's a lot of problems with the Pistons. I do believe though, Latif was very high on Duren. Very high on.
He's injured. Jalen Duren's injured.
I'm just listening to players, please. Can I finish, bro? He was very high on Duren. He was very high on Cade. I think you're high on Ivy coming into the season.
No, I was not.
I thought he was gonna say Marvin Bagley or James Wiseman. I was ready for like
no. Like I don't know what you like. What are you talking about?
We see that there's a lot of bad spacing. Pistons are just dealing with a lot. So just give me your opinions on what's going on.
I before I ask you that, I saw you put a video out mentioning Cade in the title, like you know something about him. I just want to know, what did you say in the video? I didn't really watch it, so I want to know what were your thoughts, because I thought you were hating because I really see you hate on Cade a lot on Twitter, and I don't appreciate it. What were you saying?
I was saying, I forgot who put out the article, but they were literally lying, saying that Jalen Green in a redraft, Jalen Green would be selected. Evan Mobley, Franz, like he was just saying a whole bunch of goofy stuff. And you were saying in a redraft, Cade wouldn't be number one. Basically saying that anybody in the system of the Pistons would be doing better than Cade, and that's just not true. So I was actually giving Cade his props.
Sengun. No, he would not.
Sengun would be pretty decent, but I don't think he would be better than Cade. Cade's in a terrible position right now.
By the way, about LaMelo, if Cade had like a transcendent talent like Gordon Hayward or Brandon Miller, I think he would be doing a lot better right now. As simple as that. If he had a transcendent talent like Mark Williams, I think the Pistons would not have 2 wins. I still stand on it though. I'm joking about that, but I still stand on it. I think their offense or their roster construction might be one of the worst in history. I just saw a TikTok about it, especially having so many Detroit Pistons fans. This big rotation might be one of the worst.
I thought it was my turn to talk.
No, finish what you were saying, Max.
I think you stopped talking.
Max,
I didn't get into my spiel. I was asking what you said about Cade.
Nah, Max, you can finish what you were saying. Don't let him depot. Don't let him depot you, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm blaming what's his name? General manager. What's his name again?
Troy Weaver.
Yeah, this roster construction sucks. I would not blame Monty. I guess you could blame Monty for playing Killian Hayes too much. But like the only bright spots that Asar Thompson's played semi-well as far as being a rookie. He can rebound well, scores inefficiently. But sometimes the team's second or third leading scorer. So you need Duren to get healthy, but their big depth is just terrifying. That's about it. And you signed vets to not play. So.
Sar's offense isn't there, but everything else is pretty good. See if you can get into what you're saying.
I've seen a lot of talk about Cade this season and how he isn't living up to expectations and all other stuff. But this is not K's fault. I'm not gonna lie. Nobody in the NBA, well, not nobody in the NBA, but no young player in basically year 2, like he's only 100 games in. Nobody will be succeeding in this situation. It is terrible. This is the worst roster in basketball. This is the worst roster I ever seen in NBA history. Like literally, like the actual construction of it. Like, yes, it has talent. Yes, you have some young players that have talent and upside.
Bobcats.
Nah, I saw something about it.
The Bobcats lost their 2 leading scorers.
Yeah, the Bobcats were bad because Gerald Wallace got injured. Someone else, was it Gerald Henderson? Both guys got injured. These guys have everyone healthy, and they're so bad.
They don't. That's not true. They don't have everyone healthy. People have been getting injured throughout
the
entire season.
That's it. Oh, Durant's right now.
People have been getting injured that entire season. But anyways, like I said, this roster construction is terrible. They have no shooters. Like this is not like. Is this not even in 1985 or 1990? This roster would have been bad. Like that's how bad the spacing is. It's ridiculous. Like Stuart Thompson, I love you. You are a defensive mastermind. You're gonna be an all-league defender one day, but you're shooting 11% from 3. Like it's literally ridiculous. Like yes, K is leading the league in turnovers. He down the stretch of games, he doesn't play too well. He gets sped up. He can't really handle double teams well. But like he literally has no options on offense, but outside himself, like literally.
That was his bright spots coming into the league. That's what you liked about him, bro. He's not being his ability to not be able to be sped up, and he's getting sped up
because he's getting double teamed and has nobody to pass the ball to. Everybody on the offense cannot hit an open shot. Isaiah Stewart is one of the worst starting power forwards in the entire NBA. He is terrible. He started the season all shooting like 42% from 3, but that's because everybody's leaving him wide open. That's not real spacing. And now he cannot buy a bucket. I love Jalen Duren, but he's a great lob threat. He's a great offensive rebounder, but he cannot space the floor at all. Alec Burks started out the season well. He can't hit a shot. They signed Monty Morris and Joe Harris as the Monty Morris and Joe Harris was the offseason signings. Troy Weaver. You sent the letter to the fans in the offseason talking about this. We're gonna be better. We're gonna come like this. We're gonna come back this season. Like I don't know what that was, and that's why the fans expected a bounce back year or some type of hope. Like started off the season 2-1, and everybody was celebrating, me included. I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were in games in the Heat. I'm like, oh, like this is gonna be a good season, and then we are on a 19-game losing streak. This is some of the worst basketball I ever watched.
Stop with the we? Oh my god!
No, I agree. No, you can't say you don't like teams, and now you just say we as teams. I mean,
you just did that with the Lakers. You literally just
first of all, I have this is documented. I'm a Pistons fan.
You're a Cade fan. You're not a Pistons fan, goofy.
No, but like you can't say we with the. I agree. You could like whatever player you want, but you can't say we with the Cavs, we with the Pistons, we with the Lakers.
First of all, I don't say we with the Mavs, liar. So now we're not gonna make up stuff.
No, watch.
First of all, there's no reason for me to be a fake fan of the Pistons. I promise you, I would not be claiming a fan base if I wasn't heavily invested. I'm a new Pistons fan. I'm not acting like I've been here forever, like at all. But there's no reason for me to be a fan base of a team that has lost 19 straight games.
If K gets hurt, the whole season.
I watched last year.
No, you didn't. Now you're lying.
If K gets traded, are you still a Pistons fan?
Yes.
He's gonna lie and say yes. Okay, cool.
All right. So anyways, that's regardless.
Are you almost done?
F what these haters are talking about. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, there's literally no reason for me to want to be a Pistons fan. This is the worst ranked organization in the entire NBA. It's filled with nepotism. Like people are just hiring their sons, and they have no real backstory.
That's not true. That's not true.
How?
It was one hiring, and then the other one is with somebody. He hired his son as a entry level journalist.
That's not true.
Yes,
what are you lying about? That's not true, bro.
Bro, look, I forgot.
He has a real position on the Pistons. I don't know what you're talking about. He's
a journalist.
He's a journalist. No, he is not.
The owner hired a kid or what?
He's an entry level journalist, bro. He's the team's. I think he runs like the teams.
He doesn't know what he's talking about, bro.
I don't. All right, go look it up.
I am literally that's what I'm doing right now.
All right, yeah, go.
Let's see if he's a Pistons fan. We'll see.
He literally doesn't know what he's talking about, bro.
Cool.
Yeah, no, you could say this probably maybe in all of sports at the moment, it's one of the worst run teams. If you are honestly excited about an offseason where you get Joe Harris and Monte Morris, and again where you don't play Monte Morris,
It's taking him an awfully long time.
Because I don't know. I forgot their names like entirely.
it's all right. We can get to it later.
No, because I hate when people lie.
You're right. I'm lying.
Let me look for it. What is wrong with this name? Max, you got anything to say about the Pistons? How you been watching? Oh, you already talked.
I just said like having Pistons fans here, like the belief in the Pistons at like all-time low, is comical to watch them. Like just praying they win one game. Maybe they could beat the terrible Grizzlies and Desmond Bane drops 50 on them. Like it's just, I mean, I hear enough about Killian Hayes and they don't play Jaden Ivey. You spend a top 5 pick on him. Jalen Duren going out, you can't help with.
It's Tyler's son. It's Tyler's son.
If it's like 4 or 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and you hear that Marvin Bagley, if it was 5 years ago,
bro, Troy Weaver Jr. is a strategy analyst for the Detroit Pistons.
Strategy.
Literally not a journalist, bro. He literally works for the Detroit. I'm looking at his LinkedIn. I'm literally looking at his LinkedIn right now. Like he is literally in the front office, bro.
Yo.
That is literally an entry level job, bro.
I don't know why you lied and say he was a journalist, bro. It's not true.
I knew he was some type of analyst. I knew he was some type of analyst. That's an entry level.
That's not a journalism. That's not a journalist, bro.
I think a strategy analyst is an entry level job.
It literally is. So he's goofy. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm so wrong for saying he was a journalist. He was an analyst. My bad.
If this is 2018,
he's working with player scouting, bro. He literally does.
That is entry level. That has nothing to do that. Nobody would speak about that if it wasn't for
fire.
Weaver.
That's fine. That's my problem. People should be hired to be working with players and scouting and all that stuff when they don't.
An entry level job. It doesn't matter, bro. That has no effect. That literally has no effect on the team. It has zero effect on the team, bro. That's not the only nepotism hiring in an organization. I understand, but I'm saying it was only one case, and they're trying to make it seem like that entry level job, which I thought he was a journalist. That shows you how
that's not the only that one case is not the problem.
I know. I'm saying it's the other one. It's with Weaver, I believe, but people are also
Weaver is the strategy analyst dude.
Weaver's
the GM. Weaver's the GM. His kid is a strategy analyst.
Okay, yeah, and it's another one. What's the other one?
His that dude is like the vice president of something like that, and he hired his kid as like the director of player personnel and stuff like that, making a whole bunch of decisions.
Yeah, that's nepotism. The thing with Weaver, that is an entry level job, and obviously it's not that. No, bro. It has literally no effect on anything whatsoever. It's so insignificant that I thought it was journalism. Anyways, Goofy. Is that the end of this whole Pistons talk?
I was just trying to say a little bit.
We accomplished nothing.
If this is 2018, and you hear the Pistons have Marvin Bagley, James Wiseman, and Cade Cunningham, are Pistons fans like not ecstatic? Like those were, I think those guys were all top of their.
Why are you trying to troll, bro? Why are you trying to troll?
I'm not trolling.
That's not funny.
How is he trolling?
Wait, what did you say? You said something Marvin Bagley.
He said in 2018.
Marvin Bagley was, if it's 2018, are you not like beyond excited? Marvin Bagley was number 1 in this class. I think Wiseman was number 1 in this class, and Cade Cunningham was number 1 in this class.
Yes, you are. See, he's lying. So in 2018, okay, fake Pistons fan, listen to what he's saying. He said if in 2018 you told a Pistons fan that they were gonna have Marvin Bagley, James Wiseman, and Cade Cunningham. We didn't know that much about Cade Cunningham. I think he was still in high school.
Like Cade was number 1. Cade was number 1 and went to Oklahoma State. Like,
yeah. So if you told a Piston fan back then, they would be excited.
2 years later, bro.
He's talking about in 2018. Anyways, let's move on.
Never mind. Yeah, Latif's not getting it. It's cool.
Yeah, he's.
No, anyways, I get it.
There's been a lot of
Marvin Bagley was literally. I think he was number 1 player in the country.
We're on the next topic, guys. We're on the next topic. Everybody's talking.
You doubt it.
I know that. Nobody was ever. I was never high on Marvin Bagley, bro. Like ever. But go ahead.
Cool. Say it in hindsight. 2020. All right, keep moving.
Oh, too.
All right. So everybody knows that I am a big Zion Williamson fan on this podcast. I've been rooting for my boy throughout the whole podcast. Been a fan since high school days. Anyways, a lot of people are criticizing Zion over his actually struggles to start the season, and then we've seen him recently in the in-season tournament, and he just didn't look good. We saw how LeBron James was playing defense against him, taking charges, giving him a lot of room to shoot. He wasn't taking the shots. So a lot of people are disappointed in his overall development when it comes to, just his development in skills, shooting the ball. His efficiency at the rim has dropped. So it's a lot of question marks with Zion. So I just want to open a question to you guys. I know Latif said that he hasn't been big on Zion. I don't know how true that is. Max, I don't know where you stand. I don't know where you stand with Z. So actually, I'm going to start with you, Max. How is all this news coming out that he's hasn't been taking his diet seriously, and the Pelicans are mad at him? And actually, I want to get into that specifically because dude who wrote that is a complete liar and a phony. But Max, tell me how you feel.
I don't know how.
So I was on TikTok and I listened to Pick SI's Zion Would You Rather, and some of those names were eye opening to me. But like, I genuinely agree with some of them. Like thinking about what players I'd rather have over Zion. Like at his best, I think Zion could be top. I don't know. I haven't seen him. I feel like I've never seen him be a top 10. Like, you can yell at me, Jay, but like, I don't think his best is maybe top 15. Like, I don't know how much better Zion can get right now. Like, Max, I get it. He's like, can he defend?
Max, can I tell you?
I'm genuinely asking. Like, I get it. I'm not trying to troll. I know the team trolls you about Zion. It's cool. Like, I'm genuinely asking. Like, what facets of Zion's game right now are going to get better from him losing weight or not? Like, is he become a better shooter? Is he become a better defender?
So the thing with Zion is effort. That's the thing. Last year when and again his defense is horrendous. I want to talk about his whole game later on when it's my turn. But the thing is, with Zion last year when it was made a staple about his defense, the infamous interview where he was talking like Drewski. When it was made a staple, when people were talking about how bad his defense was, he started performing. He actually started trying on the defensive end. He doesn't try, and maybe I think right now he's out of shape, so he literally can't defend. Like he gets tired or something. I don't know what it is, but defense is an effort thing for sure, 100%.
Again, I mean, I'm not trolling. I am genuinely asking. I know you're gonna laugh. I know whatever. I'm genuinely asking, but like. Who like Zion? What other player like is strictly I know you call him a playmaker. I'm not going to speak on that. I don't really know. What player is like a scoring offensive threat who can't shoot or like score from the outside? Like it's like Julius Randle, but Julius Randle can shoot a three. Giannis can lock up on defense.
You said offense.
I'm saying who can just score on offense, has no defensive upside. Like I'm literally thinking of Julius Randle right now, but Julius Randle can shoot a three. He shot chucks. But like I'm genuinely asking, like, what top 15, top 20 player is literally a downhill scorer who can score in the paint, and that's like about it right now.
Giannis.
He can play defense though. I'm saying he has another facet to his game. He can lock up. He's a defensive player of the year candidate.
Okay, I'm gonna get into my turn, bro.
I get it. Like,
Can I go?
No, I'm gonna get into my turn.
I'm not trying to hate.
All right, no,
y'all yapping, bro. Y'all yapping right now.
Latif, no. Actually, no. I'm gonna go.
Do you agree?
I'm going.
Do you agree with what I have to say, Latif? Do you agree?
I just want to talk. I just want to talk, bro.
I'm going.
But I do agree.
No, it's my turn.
Like, what's the difference between Zion and Julius Randle right now? Except Julius Randle can shoot the outside.
It's my turn, bro. It's my turn. It's my turn.
I'm just asking.
My problem is even with players I don't like, with players I do like, I tell the truth. The problem is that Zion is 23 years old, and it doesn't seem like he's taking care of his body. And then you look on the opposite end, and you look at LeBron James, a 39-year-old, or somebody who's about to turn 39, and he looks way more in shape. He looks more healthy, more athletic. Just he looks overall better than Zion. Now it was a play in that in-season tournament game where I think the ball just passed half court, and Zion was literally matched up with LeBron. And once LeBron got the ball, he just gave him a free runway to the rim. And I knew that when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this whole Zion defense thing is cooked. And I've been saying that before. Zion, you're 23 years old, bro. Nobody's holding your hand anymore. It's starting his college days or his rookie season or even his second season, that's starting to become a distant memory because of how bad he is right now. Offensively, it's a down year. He's not as efficient as he once was. And now, his deficiencies on the defensive end are more glaring. When you're not providing what you used to provide, your shortcomings are pushed to the limelight even more. Like I said with Clay, now that he can't shoot, now that he can't defend, and his shooting is bad, now people are calling him out more. So when you're not producing what you used to produce, your deficiencies get pushed to the limelight even more. Now, I want to talk about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, you're a goofy. First off, you go talk about. I hate Stephen A.'s podcast. What's it called? Stephen A.'s World or something like that. First off, you're disrespecting a 23-year-old. You're calling him fat. It's doing way too much. Latif, why are you looking like that?
He literally is fat, bro. He literally is fat. I don't.
Cool, bro, but it just seems like it's for clicks, bro. I don't understand what's going on. Actually, talk, Latif. Please talk.
Okay, because Stephen A. He has a job to do. He has an opinion to put out there, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. You're 23 years old in the NBA, bro. You get paid all this money. But anyways, I wasn't gonna bring up his weight or nothing like. Actually, I was, but I wasn't gonna bring up nothing like him being fat or nothing like that. Made no jokes, nothing like that. In my argument or nothing like that. I agree with what Max was saying, but I've been saying this all along about Zion. I don't think he can be a 1, bro. I don't think he can be a 1 in this league. Like, I don't think he can be like, oh yeah, Zion's gonna be your best player and you're gonna win a championship, because in the playoffs, I don't think his game is gonna translate well to the playoffs at all. I don't think it. I don't think it will at all. Honestly, there are not too many players in the NBA where the only thing they can do is literally get to the rim, and they don't have issues in the playoffs. Even Giannis has issues in the playoffs. Like when he sees certain matchups, his efficiency tanks, especially in fourth quarters. Because I don't think Zion is going to be one of those players going to be closers down the stretch. I don't trust him at the line at all. So I don't know why teams wouldn't just foul him. I think he's going to really attack the free throw line, because I don't even know if he trusts himself at the free throw line. I don't think Zion has that want in him, that ambition in him. For lack of better terms, Zion doesn't have that dog in him, and he's like, I literally don't think he wants it that much. Like Jaden said, he is so far away from that player at Duke. Like, he literally is. I don't think Zion has a desire to be that great of a player. I think he's gotten paid. He's gotten to live the lifestyle of an NBA player. I don't know how much he actually wants it, and I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think Zion is gonna be a best player on the championship team type player. I don't think he's gonna be a top 10 player. I think Zion's ceiling is one of the most overrated in the NBA, honestly, because he can't play defense. He can't shoot the ball, and he is not that great of a playmaker. So, like I said,
okay,
Zion.
He's TikTok baiting. So
I'm not TikTok baiting. Is anything I said wrong? What do you disagree with what I said?
I disagree with what you're putting his ceiling at. That's not underrated. Overrated. When you look at what he did his rookie season, when you look at what he did his sophomore season, and when you look at what he did in the first 29 games of last season, I think what it is a lack of confidence. I think he's not confident in his game anymore.
I didn't hear you because my stuff froze. What can you say? What you're saying? You said, I heard you say the ceiling and stuff is, you look at what he did in his rookie season, what he did in sophomore season. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think what he's lost along the way is his confidence. He was never a mid-range pull-up type of guy, but you've seen him utilize it sometimes. You will see him utilize the post fade or different post moves. He's not utilizing that anymore. You know, he'll do it in between the legs, get downhill. If there's multiple bodies, he'll pass it out, and that's just what it is right now. As you saw in the game against the Lakers, he was doing just that. It was no type of versatility. He hasn't shown anything else which he's shown in the past few years. He hasn't been he has somewhat of a mid-range game, and he's not resorting to it. I think he's lost a lot of confidence. I think the free throw line, he hasn't shot well from the free throw line at all this year, which is crazy because I wouldn't call him the greatest free throw shooter, but it hasn't ever been this bad. Around the rim, it seems like his touch isn't as good. I think he's lost a lot of confidence. I think a lot of things surrounding in the offseason, just mentally, I don't believe he's there. But
Okay.
what I don't understand is how Zion is getting all this flack again, which he deserves. He has not been the greatest this season. But Brandon Ingram scored a total of 9 points, bro. Why is all this hate going to Zion? Let's talk about Zion and BI. And then let's talk about I think Stephen A said that Zion is the third best player on his team. I forgot it was either Stephen A or Shaq or Charles Barkley. They don't watch basketball. To say CJ McCollum is a better basketball player than Zion Williamson is ludicrous. Does he need to expand his game? Yes. Does he need to try on the defensive end? Does he need to work on his body? Of course. Zion, nobody's holding your hand anymore. You're 23 years old. It's been like 4 years in the league, bro. You got to get it together. I understand.
Okay. My bad.
This is my message to Zion. I understand that you're making all this money, like Latif said. You're building this lifestyle. You're talking to all these girls, all that type of stuff. But you got to lock in, bro. You're not this young 19-year-old who has all the time in the world, bro. You're 23, bro. We're expecting more things out of you, bro. Lock in.
So you said that you think I'm TikTok baiting because I said I think his ceiling is overrated. When if my perception of his ceiling was never that high, I was never high on Zion when he came out because I thought his injuries and the weight of his body will hold him back, which is proven too. So if we see like stuff, let me ask you this: we see stuff. We in year 5 by the way now, right? And we've seen in year 1 what he could be in limited time. Mind you, he got hurt. Year 2, he played. He had an amazing season, 27-7, his best season to date. Might we like lower this ceiling after we see continuous patterns of not only injury, but like not taking care of his body and stuff like that, and just not having that general one ambition and stuff like that? Would that not lower his ceiling?
I don't think it's one ambition. That's my whole.
Okay,
that's my
but
whole argument.
Would the other two things not lower his ceiling?
No.
Why not?
I understand you're saying injury and that type of stuff holding him back, but when he was healthy before he got injured last year, before he got injured, he produced a great 29 games, an amazing 29 games. The season before where he played 62, I think it was like 62, 60 games. He produced a great season that year. The limited time that he played in his rookie season, he produced a great season.
So right injuries don't lower your ceiling or nothing like that, or you don't think so?
I don't think that what he's dealing with is a result of the injuries. I think it's confidence in there, just mental issues.
The man has missed like more than like almost half his career. I'm not talking about just this season. I don't use 20 game sample sizes. I'm not talking about this year.
But if you're talking about injuries, I'm assuming that you see like a drop off in play when it comes to his athleticism or something like that. Like, do you see him moving differently?
He is definitely not as athletic as he was when he first came in the league, and that is literally glaring. That's one. 2, as injuries start to pile up, plays going to start to drop off. It literally is, especially when he is so reliant on athleticism. If he continues to have knee injuries and calf injuries, stuff like that, foot injuries, then yes, his athleticism is going to take a hit, and his overall play is going to take a hit because if Zion is not able to have that great second jump, be able to capitalize off alley-oops and stuff like that, and just get use his physical strength stuff like that to get to the basket, yes, his play is going to drop off. So I don't know why me saying using these factors to say his ceiling is overrated, because I think people out here are still saying Zion has the potential to be the best player in the league. Zion has the potential to be MVP. Zion has the potential to be top 10. People are saying his second year is his floor. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't think like Zion is that great of a player. I truly don't. And I truly don't think his game is translate that well to the playoffs. I think he has the same issues as like a Domantas Sabonis, and we will see that.
This is the problem. This is the problem. Like I said, in in seasons before, he has shown somewhat versatility in his game on the offensive end. I think the only thing that he's confident in right now is getting downhill. Literally, he's wide open. LeBron is giving him all the space in the world, and he's not shooting a mid-range pull-up. He's trying to get downhill, and it's easy. It's obvious that LeBron's going to take a charge because he did it 5 times before, and he still went to it. So I think that it's a lack of confidence right now. And yeah, that's really all I have to say, bro.
What do you think Zion's career high as far as mid-range attempts is in his career? Like, give me a number.
In a game?
No, I'm talking about for the entirety of a season.
Probably like 30, 40.
Let me try to find it because I'm looking at it right now. But I got totals.
I doubt he shot.
2021 was his great year, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Shot 16.
Wow.
So the bro has never ever like been that, bro. He really just never been that, bro. Like he's not
shooting any threes. Also,
he has 4 now. He has 4 this year, but he shot 16 in his best year. So Zion is
threes?
Literally no. I'm talking about mid ranges. So like Zion, it's just not. I don't know what Zion works on in the offseason. I truly don't. I don't know what he does. Does he work on dunks?
We're in it.
Yeah. Are you saying like you don't know what he can or like what he has been working on?
I don't know what he does in his offseason. Like, does he just work on dunks? Like, what else does he work on?
All right, it's been a great episode.
No, I know Max wanted to say something, but I just want to ask. I don't know why people laughing. Like, that's a genuine question. What do you think Zion actually works on in the offseason? Because literally, what else? What do you think he works on?
I think that he believes that he's so dominant that he doesn't need another facet in his game. Okay. And I think he just really, I don't think his offseason is working on stuff. It's just getting him back to the position that he was when he's healthy. His offseasons have literally been rehab sessions. So
that don't mean he can't work on nothing, bro. I'm sorry. He doesn't want it, bro.
I'm just telling you.
Players that want it work on stuff, bro. They try to get better. This is the problem with Ben Simmons. He doesn't work on anything because he doesn't want to get better. I don't know what to tell you. Like Zion, Giannis works on his post game with Hakeem. Giannis actually shoot threes. Like he actually attempts stuff.
Yeah. So what did all that post work do? What did that 50K do? Or how
he didn't get better. He didn't get better, but he's still more versatile than Zion.
All right. Max, do you have anything to say? I'm ready to close this out.
No, I'm saying my 2 things. One was the Steve said earlier, but my Julius Randle thing, it was looking nasty for a while until I realized that field goal percentage Zion has is all from inside the paint. So never mind. But like Jaden, what's your ceiling for Zion? Like, what is his top 10, top 5? Do you think he'll still be a top 5 player?
Man, it's just kind of sad, bro, because this is like year 5 and he's 23. So if he hasn't changed it now, again, he's still so young, but if he hasn't changed his behavior now.
He's 23, right? Giannis is 29 right now. You think you're in your peak till like 30, 33, right?
You don't hit your prime till you're like 28.
That's what I'm saying. But like, we're seeing a lot of other young guys. Will Zion ever be better than Jason Tatum? Will he ever be better than Luka Doncic? Will he ever be better than Shea? Will he ever be better than?
I think he has the potential, but it's all about.
I don't think like those 3 guys, especially. I don't even know if he's gonna ever be better than Giannis, Jokic, like JoJo. Like, there's so many guys who are like, I don't think you're looking at these guys and you're saying Zion can genuinely be a more transcendent, a better player than Luka. Like,
this is what I'm talking about when I say his ceiling is overrated. He does not have the ceiling to be better than any of those guys. Like on a serious note, Paulo's gonna be better than him. Like for real.
Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in, watching the episode. I know it's been a while. Wait, what was the last episode a few days ago? So I guess it hasn't been a while. But I appreciate y'all for watching. If you haven't subscribed or followed the socials at the top, make sure you lock in, man. Trying to grow. I think it's about to be we're approaching like a year of doing this officially. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with us this long. I believe we'll probably be putting out an NFL episode or probably an NFL and NBA episode together.
Where'd Bear Witness go? We're up now.
Yeah. It was getting to the point where I was just gonna say the
same
stuff.
Now. We're getting wins now.
Yeah.
Back.
That's so crazy, bro. That's so crazy, though. That's your favorite player. I feel for you, bro. Your favorite player just be going downhill like soon, bro. Quick as hell, bro. Derrick Rose. I'm talking about Jaden. Derrick Rose, he was great, and he had injuries, and his Zion is just overweight and doesn't care about basketball and doesn't work anything in the offseason. So I feel for you, bro. You need to get who are new guys, bro. You need somebody, bro, that's gonna actually like
who is next up for you? Who's your second good player now?
Yo, no, third. Oh, because Derrick Rose still
no, I'm not counting Derrick Rose. I'm saying I get Derrick Rose year one. Who is like 2 and 3, like of genuinely stars, very good players in the NBA?
Anthony Edwards, bro.
Oh yeah, Anthony Edwards. That one might hit. Even though Anthony Edwards has not been. I mean, Edwards has been regular this season. I'm not gonna lie, but you know.
All right, cool. Anyways, I'm gonna before we end off the podcast, since we want to troll, I wanna shed light on my boy Latif. He's looking great, man. He's lost some weight. I wonder if you guys have seen. Max, did you notice that?
What?
Latif, he's looking like hella slim, bro.
I don't know where we're going with this. Latif was sick for like a week.
Yeah, I don't know where.
I'm actually being very serious. Like,
well, I hope Zion can lose some weight like me because bro is literally laboring down the court. Like, somebody say, "Hey, Steven," they say.
All right, appreciate it.
Look like Zion. It's a